This is the new way we do Transfer Rater, to keep people guessing and to keep them on tenterhooks.
Oh, me too?
Yeah. Your first one today is Luka Jovic to Spurs. What do you think?
I think this makes a whole lot of sense. I think Jovic, incredibly talented, quite clearly hasn't settled in Madrid. Spurs in the market for a striker, a quality striker, given Kane's continued injury issues. I like this signing. I think this works well.
If they are to sign a striker and it was a choice of Luka Jovic or Moussa Dembele at Lyon, who would you take?
I'll go Luka Jovic right now.
Yeah, different type players. But
Yeah, and
Spurs would work. A similar kind of stature to Harry Kane, the one-up he can play.
Correct. I also think that when Harry Kane comes back, and we've had this discussion before, I think Harry Kane works best as an out-and-out striker. Now, you go for Dembele, give him his successes. Does he come to Spurs just to eventually be on the bench in 6 to 8 weeks or whatever it is? I think Jovic is happy to take that chance to put himself back in the shop window.
He's been linked with moves for a while now.
Yep.
Napoli struggling of late, although they did win in the Coppa Italia against Lazio. It'd be a good signing. Is it time?
Yeah, I think it is. And given some of the issues in Italian football that Koulibaly has found himself at the front of, you maybe can understand his frustrations. And then given everything that's been happening with Napoli, between the president and the team, and I saw the exit of Carlo Ancelotti, and I don't think there's any question that Manchester United need a quality centre-back. Koulibaly is that.
I've been linked to them before as well. It'd be a super signing for any team. And Nzonzi, I mean, it's like he's been around forever, and he's had the spell at Galatasaray on loan.
But experienced. Maybe... No, the question for me is, as a defensive midfielder, and you look at who West Ham have, you have Mark Noble and you have Declan Rice. He's not going to fill in for Declan Rice. And just kind of given Mark Noble's own standing within that dressing room, you feel if he does come in, that's the position he's going to take. Now, at the same time, I absolutely love Mark Noble. I think he gives you a certain level of experience. He's calm, he can take the focus when things aren't going well. But at the same time, maybe the dressing room needs a little bit of a shaking up, because West Ham, goal difference away from the bottom three. Maybe this is a signing that West Ham need. So
now, for you, when you're in that predicament that West Ham are in, forget the let's go young for the future, let's get experience in now that can help us.
Well, that's why David Moyes was brought in. True. It was not about what's going to happen in 3 or 4 years or even next season. It's about keeping the team in the Premier League this term.
So, Tammy Abraham again with the severity of that, but another injury for another forward in the Premier League. We've done him so many times in commentary. Love him.
So do I. And listen, I think the bigger question here is if Atletico Madrid, who are also interested, are prepared to put up the money. Do you go on loan or do you?
Yep.
That aside, right? The question is, should Cavani, or does this work? Cavani to Chelsea or no? Absolutely yes.
It does, yeah.
Given who he is, his standing, given Chelsea's own need for experience and goals. And again, we've spoken about him here. We've spoken about him a lot in the FC studios. I think he comes in and gives the whole place a lift. At the very least, it forces Tammy Abraham to be better than he has been over recent weeks.
Well, imagine training with him every day. You're only going to improve.
Just by nature of competition. I think that does young Tammy Abrahams the world of good. You also learn a lot playing alongside somebody like him in training, as you say.
Is this the marquee signing?
Very well could be. Now, listen, David Silva gets into most teams. And now this is a decision for David Silva to make, which is why I'm a little bit slow in responding to this, because given everything he's achieved, it's how he feels now. What do I want? Now, if I'm a club outside of the top tier of European football clubs, anywhere outside the very top tier of European football clubs, I'm signing David Silva. I'm having him happily.
And wherever he goes, it's pretty much going to be a step down.
Exactly. Yes, but it comes to everybody.
Yeah.
But I am still happy to have David Silva in my dressing room.
Oh, without a doubt.
So now it's up to him now, and which is why I say, give him everything you've won in the game. both at club and for country. Now what do you want? Do you just want 2 or 3 years where you're still contributing meaningfully, and maybe a club like a league like Major League Soccer is the perfect way to wind down and contribute for 2 or 3, maybe even 4 or 5 in Major League Soccer? Or do you still want to be in that cauldron of European football? That's a question that I can't answer, but if I'm into Miami, as I just said, if I'm anybody outside the top tier European football, I'm having him, no question.
A South Florida lifestyle might be part of their...
Well, maybe we could go, maybe we could get to go cover him. We could convince our bosses that.
Yeah?
I'll leave you with that. That's your job.
Do my best.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.